Hey guys, Fabian here coming at with you with my first actual Soul Workers vid. We're streaming right now, so a lot of people have been asking me how to level, just general beginner guide stuff for Soul Workers. So real quick, since I get asked it so many times, I'm gonna record this for YouTube and upload it, so you guys can just get linked this. But there are a couple talking points that are really good for leveling in Soul Workers pretty fast. It's a Korean MMO, so you kind of have to expect a lot of grind, but there are some things that can make it a little easier. So the first and foremost thing is I went from 1 to 55 in about 5 days. Of course, I grinded that really hard, but there was a lot of things that I had focused on pretty hard that a lot of people don't seem to right now. And the first thing I want to talk about is, let's say you're level, I don't know, 23 right now, right? So we're gonna go 22, and then it doesn't really matter. So we'll just do chest guard, and yeah, let's see that. So there is a level 23 set, and that is the chemical chest guards. So when I'm looking at the market, this is what I'm looking for. You can see right there that there's an XP from enemy plus 6%, right? So if I hold down shift, I'll see that 6% is actually the most I can get on this. So if you hold down shift over a piece of armor, you can see the ranges that these stats can randomly acquire. So the accuracy plus 4 can go 4 to 8. XP from enemy can go 3 to 6. So this is actually a really good piece of armor right here, and it's only 4,000 on the market. I don't mind running blue equipment over uniques because this is literally the only stat we care about until 55. So I would buy this for 4K and have no issues with it. However, I do understand newer players are going to get hit more often, so they do maybe want uniques. So if there wasn't anything blue there and I was newer, I would browse through this and see, okay, so here's the cheapest one I find with XP. Again, we're seeing 6% is the top one we're going to go for. So we'd like to go for 6% if possible. We're seeing a lot of 4s. Here's a 5, 4, and then we're starting to get into the area where 50k, and now we're out of chemical chest guards. So what I would do personally is, if I wasn't going to buy the 6% blue one, I'll just buy this chemical chest guard for 5. That's what we're looking for, and I would just do that over again with a helmet, shoulder, and legs, and try to get all 4 of these items with plus XP on them. Now, you know, obviously we're going to go for the highest one, but if you're sitting at 5, let's just say you're sitting at 5, right? So that's 5, 10, 15, 20% extra EXP just on your gear alone. This doesn't work towards quests. This just works towards mobs, but the amount of EXP you make from just grinding dungeons and mobs without quests makes it incredibly valuable. Now, the next part is these two can also get XP bonuses. So earrings and amulets can also have XP bonuses. You can see on that one that I'm wearing right now, this can go 4 to 8. It'll go higher. The higher the maximum stat will be from what level the item is. So I think around like 50, they can start going to level 8, or excuse me, they can start going to 8%. So you can, in total, if you press P and go to your stats, go to more stats here, scroll down all the way down, and XP from enemy is what you really want to pay attention to. This will be a good indicator of what you're looking at XP wise and what you're getting from your gear. So that's the number one thing I look towards. The next thing is people ask about, okay, well then what if I'm upgrading gear? Am I just sticking with the same gear? Yes and no. If you feel like you're getting hit too much, or you're dying a lot, or just using too much money on potions, you can go back, and let's say we went from 23 to 27, right? So we'll go 26. And so here's the 26 set. So we can look again. Let's see if we find anything again. I'll look at blue first. There's 5%. So I will also note that the blue equips can sometimes go to higher XP. So you can see this one, and it is the same level. It'll go up to 7. Let's find one here that has XP on it. And please, there we go. So this, the unique one will only go to 6. So sometimes it is worth going for the blue just to get that extra 1%. Obviously, we're looking at 1% 4 times throughout your entire gear. That's a 4% extra. And a lot of people are looking for that just 4%, you know, so it's worth looking at the blues as well, and they're usually cheaper. So in this case, again, I would skip on the 6%. It's 50k for 26, not really worth it. Let's just go for a 5% for 6k, or you know, you typically will end up finding a lot of your own gear just from doing the raid, or excuse me, the dungeons. So that's also what I'm gonna talk about. The dungeons. Obviously, you're going to be farming the dungeons quite a bit. So let's say I just finished Forgotten Armory. I'm going to Cold Revenge, and I'm not high enough level to play this, right? So what I'm going to go do is go back to Forgotten Armory, the last one that I was able to complete, go to Manic, episode 4, and auto team this. The reason we auto team, not only to clear faster, Manic has more EXP than hard and normal, obviously, but in a party, you do get 2% extra EXP per person in your party. So with 3 other people, that is 6% extra EXP. The name of the game you're kind of probably seeing at this point is just stacking XP bonuses as much as possible. One other thing people are just now starting to figure out is the level 16 weapon. If you do not know what this is, we go to Blueprint, Armor Blueprint, which has armor and weapons. It's a little confusing, I know. We'll do level 16. Let's say I'm going for a Lily right now. And so we're looking for the Lily blueprint, and there are none up right now. All right, let's try Erwin. Here we go. So Erwin has one up, and that is this set. It's the it's named differently for everybody, but it is always the 16 blueprint. And the way you can tell is you see the blue stats right there. You see the accuracy plus 77, and then the XP from enemy plus 10%. This is the only weapon that has XP on it. It's because it's part of the actual item bonus rather than a random stat. So weapons will never be able to randomly roll XP. However, the level 16 weapon has the extra 10%, and so that's why these things are incredibly high priced and why they're so high in demand. And you actually end up using this the earliest you can get it, all the way to, I would say, 53 or 54, when you start not being able to actually clear mobs anymore with it. So this is incredibly important. And now we're looking at, let's say we have 10% on our weapon, we have 6% on here, so 6, 12, 18, 24, another 6, right? So that'd be 6 times 6 would be 36, 46. Then we're looking at another 6% from our party, 52%, you know, so we're just adding up. We're constantly just looking at, okay, how much percent am I getting here? And just being smart with our gear and our XP bonuses, because that's the best way to level in this MMO, because it is so grindy, and with the energy system you are kind of locked into how much you can play. So the more XP we're getting through our time here is more exponentially more important than anything else gear wise until 55. Another thing I want to talk about is how to get that blueprint, because sometimes it's not going to be on the market, as we saw for Lily, or sometimes you're just not going to be able to afford it. So let's go back to Ruko Town. I'm going to show you guys where exactly you can farm this. So we'll go to Ruko Town, and you're going to go to the final chapter. I think typically you'll be able to farm this around level 16 or 17, maybe even a little earlier. So we're going to go back here, and it's the final dungeon and the final Manic. So it is right here. It is best showtime. And then we're going to go to Manic and Silver Scythe right here. So the reason we run Silver Scythe for this is it's the Mad Edgar run, so you're going to get good EXP and good money out of it. But there's also 2 Jokaquins, 2 little mini bosses that both drop uniques as well. So it has the highest chance of dropping this blueprint of all the dungeons in this area. And if you happen to get one that's not even for your class, it's still really good money that you can drop on the market. So I would recommend running that until you find that level 16 weapon, because it just makes the playing experience so much easier and so much quicker for you. One other thing we're looking at is a title. So something a lot of people don't know about as well is that there is a title, and let's find it real quick. I should have had this pulled up, I apologize. Repair King, and it's number 18, Repair King Big Hands. So what this does, let's just go ahead and click on that. That gives you XP from enemy plus 5.25% each. So that is another extra 10.5%. So now we're looking at, instead of 46, we're looking at 56. And then with the party, we're getting 62%. So we can get pretty close to almost like 70 to 75% just based off of using these, all the options provided to us. Now, the way we get Repair King Big Hands is that we repair our gear for 300,000. So we come here, and when you have to repair your gear, I haven't done anything yet. You have to spend a certain amount of DZ to repair your gear. So when you repair 300,000 worth of DZ gear, then you unlock that title and you get that extra 10.5%. What people will do to cheese it is they will go to the District 6 and jump off of the side and just die to the level 55 mobs over and over and over again for a good hour to an hour and a half. I didn't end up doing that because I found that a little too monotonous and boring for me. So I ended up just eventually getting it around level 50 when I had just gotten it through, normal means. So those are like the really big bonuses that we're looking at right now. Aside from all that, one thing I do want to also recommend is never sell any of your gear that you're not using unless it has XP bonuses, like I said. Then you can kind of play the market with stuff that has max XP bonuses. Otherwise, I recommend breaking everything down, which you can either go to the trader or the blacksmith and dismantle it. The reason we want to dismantle anything we're not using is because a lot of what endgame is crafting blueprints, and you can upgrade low level stuff. So these metal stones I can upgrade, and let's just go ahead and show you guys real quick. We can upgrade it to the higher level materials so that you are able to craft a little bit easier. So process material, you can go down here, and so meteorite, you can turn metal stone into meteorite fragment. Major armor cores from normal armor cores. You kind of see where I'm going with this. So we can upgrade all that gear or all that material that you're getting at low levels into the higher level stuff, and it'll progress with you. So I always recommend dismantling stuff. It's never worth selling it. You'll make enough money just selling uniques with XP on them throughout the market if you play it correctly and just running dungeons yourself. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please let me know. Come hang out at our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Favian. I answer the questions there all the time. We have a really good group of people there, so come hang out with us. But let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.